Before, Burkina Faso's military had no choice but to request airstrikes from the French Air Force when dealing with insurgents. Even then, France had to seek approval from Paris before taking any action. This meant Burkinabé leaders and soldiers had little say in their own defense, leaving them dependent and powerless in crucial moments. But everything changed when Ibrahim Traoré took office. Understanding the need for self-reliance and a stronger defense, he immediately set out to build Burkina Faso's own powerful air force. His vision was clear: end dependence on foreign powers and take control of the country's security. Under Traoré's leadership, Burkina Faso's air force has been equipped with state-of-the-art fighter jets and advanced drones capable of launching precise strikes against threats. But here's the real question: how did he manage to create one of the most formidable air forces in Africa? One capable of conducting airstrikes without external approval? This transformation didn't happen overnight. When Traoré took charge in September 2022, Burkina Faso was on the brink. Large parts of the country had fallen under insurgent control. Trade routes were blocked. Nearly 2 million people were displaced, and the government was struggling to maintain stability. The military, underfunded and under-equipped, was losing ground to rebel forces who used guerrilla tactics and the terrain to their advantage. Unlike previous leaders who relied heavily on Western and French military aid, Traoré took a different approach. He prioritized an independent air force that could gather intelligence in real time, conduct precision strikes, and mobilize quickly to counter insurgent attacks. Today, Burkina Faso boasts one of the most advanced and capable air forces in the Sahel region, featuring a fleet of drones, attack helicopters, and surveillance aircraft. This shift has completely changed the dynamics of the conflict, giving the military a strategic edge over insurgents. But what does this mean for the region? Could Burkina Faso's growing military strength shift the balance of power in West Africa? Watch this video to find out more. Could Ibrahim Traoré's secretive push to build Africa's most powerful air force be a game-changer for Burkina Faso's security, or is it a sign of an impending regional power struggle? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. This shift hasn't just changed the way Burkina Faso fights insurgents, it has turned the country into a rising military force in West Africa. Before Ibrahim Traoré's reforms, Burkina Faso's air force was nearly non-existent. The military relied on outdated helicopters and light attack aircraft that lacked the range and firepower needed for sustained aerial operations. Insurgents took full advantage of this weakness. They hid in remote villages, dense forests, and vast deserts, launching attacks and disappearing long before ground troops could respond. Security forces struggled to track and eliminate high-value targets, while supply convoys became frequent targets due to the dangerous road networks. The military's reliance on traditional intelligence gathering proved ineffective, allowing rebel groups to move undetected and strike at will. Traoré knew that to break this cycle, Burkina Faso needed an air force that could strike fast and with precision. He invested in drones, attack helicopters, and surveillance aircraft, giving the military the ability to detect threats before they reached cities and villages. At the heart of this transformation is the Bayraktar TB2, a highly advanced combat drone from Turkey that has already proven its effectiveness in conflicts across Libya, Syria, Ukraine, and Nagorno-Karabakh. The Bayraktar TB2 has become a game-changer for Burkina Faso's defense strategy. With its ability to conduct surveillance, gather intelligence, and execute precision strikes, this unmanned drone provides a massive advantage over insurgents. It can stay airborne for over 27 hours, covering vast areas of the country, from deserts to forests and rural communities. Since it's remotely controlled, there's no risk to pilots, making it an ideal tool for tracking enemy movements, monitoring infiltration routes, and identifying hidden rebel camps in real time. Equipped with infrared and electro-optical sensors, the TB2 ensures no suspicious activity goes undetected. But it's not just a surveillance tool, it's a lethal combat weapon. Armed with MAML smart munitions, the drone can execute laser-guided strikes with pinpoint accuracy, eliminating high-value targets while minimizing collateral damage. This is crucial in a conflict where insurgents often hide among civilians to avoid detection. Since Burkina Faso deployed the TB2, the balance of power has shifted significantly. In December 2023, Burkinabé TB2 drones wiped out over 400 insurgents near Djibo, preventing what could have been a devastating attack on civilians. By March 2024, drone intelligence had led to the capture of multiple high-ranking rebel commanders, dismantling key leadership structures within extremist groups. Insurgents, once free to move undetected, now find themselves constantly watched, due to the TB2's constant observation, forcing them to abandon old tactics. With Burkina Faso's military now capable of intercepting insurgents before they strike, rebel groups have lost their ability to coordinate large-scale attacks. But the transformation didn't stop there. While the TB2 drone is excellent for mid-range missions, the country needed a more powerful long-range attack capability to dismantle insurgent strongholds hidden deep in enemy territory. To achieve this, Ibrahim Traore expanded Burkina Faso's Air Force by acquiring the Akinci, a cutting-edge combat drone developed in Turkey. Unlike the TB2, which operates at mid-range altitudes, the Akinci can soar up to 40,000 feet, well beyond the reach of enemy anti-aircraft weapons. This makes it nearly impossible for militants to track or evade. One of the Akinci's biggest advantages is its ability to carry a heavy payload, including advanced electronic warfare systems, long-range missiles, and precision-guided bombs. Equipped with high-resolution synthetic aperture radar, it can detect and track enemy movements even in complete darkness or harsh weather conditions. By deploying the Akinci, Burkina Faso's military can now carry out deep strike operations, taking out insurgent hideouts, weapon depots, and command centers far beyond the country's borders if necessary. The drone has already proven crucial in disrupting enemy supply chains, making it much harder for rebel forces to regroup after losing territory. Beyond firepower, the Akinci brings advanced electronic warfare capabilities. It can jam enemy communications, disable insurgent drones, and neutralize remote-controlled explosive devices. These features give Burkina Faso a significant edge in modern asymmetric warfare, where insurgents rely on drones and encrypted radio signals to coordinate attacks. By integrating the Akinci into its arsenal, Burkina Faso became the first country in the region to deploy high-tech electronic warfare tools, making it increasingly difficult for terrorist groups to operate effectively. However, Traoré knew that drones alone were not enough to secure the country. While drones excel in intelligence gathering, surveillance, and targeted strikes, they cannot transport troops, evacuate the wounded, or engage in direct air-to-ground combat. Recognizing this limitation, Captain Ibrahim Traoré took Burkina Faso's air power to the next level by strengthening its fleet of attack and transport helicopters. Through a strategic partnership with Russia, Burkina Faso acquired a range of helicopters, including the Mi-24, Mi-17SH, and Mi-35M. These aircraft have been game-changers in the fight against terrorism, allowing the military to rapidly deploy special forces, provide close air support, and carry out medical evacuations in high-risk areas. With this powerful combination of advanced drones and helicopters, Burkina Faso has built one of the most effective air forces in the region, reshaping the battlefield and taking the fight directly to insurgents. One of the world's most heavily armed and combat-tested attack helicopters is the Mi-24 Hind, also known as the flying tank. The Mi-24, which was first created by the Soviet Union, combines the carrying capabilities of a troop carrier with the firepower of an assault helicopter. It is one of the most effective and adaptable aircraft in Burkina Faso's inventory because of its dual purpose. Burkina Faso's military fought militants mostly with ground forces prior to obtaining Mi-24 attack helicopters. Nonetheless, rebel organizations functioned in isolated and challenging-to-reach areas, concealing themselves in mountains, deserts, and impenetrable forests. Troop movements were frequently sluggish and susceptible to ambushes, and the military found it difficult to pursue them. This dynamic has entirely changed with the advent of Mi-24 helicopters, which enable Burkina Faso to react with unparalleled speed and accuracy. The Mi-24 has deadly firepower because to its powerful 30mm gun, unguided rockets, and anti-tank guided missiles. Mi-24 helicopters can now be called in to provide immediate air support if ground forces face resistance, turning the tide in the military's favor in Burkina Faso. The Mi-24 is designed for survival in addition to offensive capability. Because of its strengthened armor plating, it can withstand some anti-aircraft weaponry and small arms fire. Its ability to fly even after being struck enables it to carry out missions and evacuate injured soldiers while still fighting the enemy. The Mi-24's ability to transport troops is another significant benefit. The Mi-24 can accommodate up to 8 fully armed soldiers in addition to its crew. Unlike the American Apache helicopter, which is only an attack aircraft, this enables Burkina Faso to swiftly deploy elite special forces into areas controlled by the enemy. Special soldiers can now be sent into combat zones in a matter of minutes, as opposed to hours or even days via ground convoys, shocking rebels before they can regroup. It is an essential tool for Burkina Faso's military because of its capacity to function in hostile areas like mountains, deserts, and dense forests. Burkina Faso required a multi-purpose transport and utility helicopter to manage a variety of duties, even though the Mi-24 is a heavily armed attack helicopter. The Mi-17, a multi-purpose helicopter used for combat logistics, medical evacuation, and troop transport, was purchased by Traoré's government to fulfill this function. Operating in more than 80 countries, including Russia, China, India, and several African countries, the Mi-17 is one of the most popular helicopters in the world. It is renowned for its dependability, versatility, and capacity to operate in harsh environments. Mobility was a major issue for Burkina Faso prior to obtaining the Mi-17. Particularly in areas under insurgent control, ground convoys were sluggish and susceptible to ambushes. Faster operations and shorter response times are made possible by the Mi-17's ability to carry personnel and supplies to the front lines quickly. The helicopter is crucial for large-scale operations because it can transport up to 30 fully armed soldiers or 4,000 kilograms of goods. Ibrahim Traoré, though, didn't stop there. In order for the Burkina Air Force to pilot the newest fighter jets and military helicopters, he wanted them to be highly skilled. Ibrahim Traoré understood that obtaining cutting-edge aircraft is not the only way to have a powerful air force. Maintaining the fleet demands a contemporary infrastructure, a well-trained crew, and a long-term, sustainable plan. Under Ibrahim Traoré's leadership, Burkina Faso has made groundbreaking investments in strengthening its air power. The country has been actively building new air bases, launching pilot training programs, and acquiring cutting-edge drone technology. These efforts are a major step toward achieving military self-sufficiency. ensuring that Burkina Faso can respond to threats without relying on foreign intervention. A key part of this transformation is training a new generation of engineers, drone operators, and fighter pilots, securing the nation's air dominance for years to come. One of the most significant developments in this modernization push is the expansion of air bases to support combat aircraft, drones, and operational personnel. A highly classified drone base near Ouagadougou now serves as the command center for Burkina Faso's growing fleet of unmanned aerial vehicles. Constructing modern air bases offers several advantages. First, it dramatically improves rapid response capabilities, allowing Burkina Faso's military to launch airstrikes and counterinsurgency operations at a moment's notice. This denies insurgents the ability to move freely across the country's vast, difficult-to-monitor terrain. Second, these airbases enhance drone efficiency. The secret drone station near Ouagadougou is equipped with advanced surveillance technology, enabling round-the-clock monitoring of insurgent activity. With a dedicated UAV command center, Burkina Faso's military can now conduct precision strikes, gather critical intelligence, and analyze battlefield conditions in real time. Beyond infrastructure, Burkina Faso has also prioritized training its own drone pilots instead of relying on foreign operators. A major milestone in West African military aviation was reached with the establishment of a national drone pilot training facility. This center is expected to revolutionize Burkina Faso's drone operations by building homegrown expertise in flying, maintaining, and repairing unmanned aerial vehicles. The facility provides specialized training for both military and surveillance applications, equipping engineers with advanced technical skills to ensure drones remain operational. It also offers real-time combat simulation exercises to prepare drone operators for actual battlefield scenarios. With these advancements, Burkina Faso is rapidly positioning itself as a leader in aerial warfare within the region. Traoré is reducing reliance on foreign military advisors by ensuring Burkinabé troops receive direct training, making them fully capable of handling aerial warfare on their own. This initiative has also opened doors for advanced technology applications such as border surveillance and counterinsurgency. Soldiers are being trained to operate UAVs for monitoring border activity, preventing arms smuggling, and stopping insurgent infiltrations before they happen. To further strengthen the Air Force, Burkina Faso has sent military pilots abroad for specialized training in flying fighter jets, attack helicopters, and reconnaissance aircraft. Through strategic partnerships with countries like Turkey, Burkinabé pilots are learning to operate Bayraktar TB2 and Akinci combat drones. In Russia, military personnel are training to fly Mi-24 and Mi-17 helicopters, enhancing their ability to provide close air support and rapidly deploy troops in combat zones. Additionally, Burkinabé officers are undergoing advanced training in aeronautical engineering and drone warfare tactics in China and the UAE. These international training programs expose pilots to real combat scenarios, ensuring they can operate high-tech aircraft under extreme battlefield conditions. The ultimate goal is for Burkina Faso to achieve full military independence, where locally trained pilots can pass on their expertise to future generations without relying on foreign assistance. Thanks to Traoré's expansion of the Air Force, Burkina Faso has become a dominant force in the region. The military can now launch airstrikes, deploy troops within minutes, and monitor every corner of the country in real time. Instead of waiting to respond to attacks, Burkinabé forces can now strike insurgent camps before they have the chance to launch offensives. Aerial surveillance has secured once vulnerable villages, restoring a sense of safety to communities torn apart by violence. Attack helicopters have forced rebel groups to scale down their operations, knowing their movements are constantly tracked. As a result, Burkina Faso has achieved military self-sufficiency, no longer relying on NATO, the US, or France for protection. What do you think? Should Ibrahim Traoré use Burkina Faso's growing air force to fight insurgencies across the Sahel? Could Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso unite to build a powerful air force capable of defending Africa? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you for viewing, and be sure to tune in for the next video. Check out the next recommended video. Watch now.